Begin in our study of sin, sex, and race. I'm going to read several articles from the Jet magazine. As you know, every week Jet magazine has some story of interracial liaison or sex every week. And this was from July the 8th, 1954. And the first story is okay, that's not the first story is about they nabbed a white man and nude Negro woman in car in North Carolina. A white state employee was fined and a nearly nude Negro woman jailed in Wendell, North Carolina, after police arrested them on the highway in the man's car. Police stopped Donald W. Hancock, 30, when they noticed him driving erratically along the highway and found Miss Alberta Lockhart, 30, in the rear seat with nothing on from the waist down and very little above the waist. Police said both had been drinking and that Miss Lockhart asked, "Give me a drink." Hancock was given a 30-day term suspended upon payment of $100 fine and costs. Miss Lockhart was jailed for 30 days. And of course, that's the story there. Okay, the next story is about a Negro and a white man due to death over woman. Now, it didn't say whether the woman was black or white, but I imagine it was a black woman. A 62-year-old Jacksonville, Illinois janitor and his 69-year-old white next door neighbor shot each other to death over an unidentified woman in a late evening pistol duel. Police said Matt Card, the Negro, resented the attention white William Wilson, the white man William Wilson, had been paying a woman who both nude. Mrs. Mary Thomas, a neighbor on whose lawn the men fought the death duel, said she saw them approach with pistol drawn, but ran into her house when car opened fire. Said Mrs. Thomas, "I heard more shots, and when I looked out again, both men were lying on my lawn. Both were shot twice." And that's the funny story about the Negro man. They don't have a picture of them, but Jet always have these type of stories. I don't know. And now I'm finishing up, not finishing up, but continuing, which is Ebony's story about miscegenation by LeRon Bennett, that the famed historian, and this is from Fashion Fair, uh, the story of October 1962. Okay, and I'm going to read it because you can't see the writing too good. Actually, it's from, let me try, from this paragraph. From this paragraph, I don't know it's readable, not readable, so I guess I'll read it. And it states, whatever the reason, the Old South abound in wholesale amalgamation, the moral result of slavery. The moral result of slavery, an old pander told author Frederick Bancroft, in its most favorable aspects are unprintable. The printable part is revealing. In most communities with a large slave population, stories were common. W.J. Cash said, which ran to the tune, "The image, my dear, the living image of old Colonel Bascom himself." In some cases, plantation amalgamation was the result of what Calhoun called the master's right of rape, threats, promises, the whip, and the last were used to subvert the morals of civil women. So, but force was not always necessary. The superior prestige and power of white men captivated some slave women. Mutual attraction played a part in other relationships. An additional factor was the indefensible position of a whole class of women whose only weapon was sexual ones. Some slave women apparently enjoy the give and take of liaisons which involved direct and open competition with white women. The court cases of the period indicated indicate that not a few slave women won these one-sided and dangerous contests. And that's from this paragraph. And you can see why some Negro men who've seen this started disrespecting the white women because, just as they said, some of those things, like you said, because of the prestige and power of some of the white men, it attracted the Negro slave woman. And they used their sex also as a weapon and as a weapon against the white woman. So they were like playing with sex.